Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazeenydriver show. Today is Friday, March 31st, 2017. Once again, I'm indoors because it's raining out like it does every single day. It has rained the last 5 out of 7 days. It's going to rain all day today, tonight, tomorrow. Sunday will be our one dry day, and Monday and Tuesday back to rain. The East Coast has absolutely the worst weather of the entire United States, bar none. I have been saying that for the last 10 years on these videos, and I back that up. Nonetheless, let's talk about our topics for this week. We're going to talk about last week's video and your good comments, and I want to review some of them. We're going to talk about a contest I'm having this week. We're going to talk about eBay Radio and more about eBay's new feature called Guaranteed Delivery. Last week's video garnered over 1,200 views, which I think is really good. 100% of you guys approved of the Hall of Shame, a new feature which I will show bad eBay sellers either violating policies or just engaging in listing practices that are bad. As you know, I will continue to remove the seller's user ID and the item number because I don't want to make this a hating feature. I want to make it a learning feature. Okay, that's going to continue the way it is. I'm hoping that a lot of you guys listened to eBay Radio the other day because I was a guest on it. Yes, eBay Radio had called me and asked me if I would be a guest and talk about their new feature, the Guaranteed Delivery program. So I did talk about it. I'm going to talk about it more today. I'm going to drop a link in below so you guys can work with that in conjunction with what I tell you today and hopefully have a better idea about the program because we're going to get really into it today, really into it deep. I will start out by reading some of your comments that I thought were particularly interesting. Regarding verification, Rubber Wilbur wrote, eBay will never have strict verification because it doesn't make business sense. Research has proven the more clicks and steps you make end users jump through in order to buy the quicker, they will give up and not buy from you. So even if the failure rate is 50%, with those sketchy buyers, 50% of the sales will go through and is profitable for the platform. eBay is willing to take the loss on potential scams due to the upside of the profit with the ones that go through. Okay, basically he's saying eBay is a marketplace that gets a lot of traffic and there are way more successful sales than fishy sales. And he's right. He's definitely right. I wish they would have verification. They don't right now. Do I see it coming in the imminent future? Probably not, but I really would like to see them do this. I will be discussing it with them in person this summer, but let's continue to move on. Regarding best offers, Skinny Cow had this to say. I've never liked best offers or reserve auctions and haven't sold that way in at least 4 years. I would only do best offers again if you could set the offer amount to auto accept the offer. For example, you could list for $40 and set the auto accept at say $35. And then if the buyer offers $35, it then automatically throws the buyer into a screen with immediate payment required. Problem with best offers was often a person would start putting in offers, get them auto refused, keep raising their offers just to see what you would in fact set the minimum accept at. Then the offer is accepted and they don't pay, and you have to relist the item and apply to eBay for non-payment so you don't have to pay the eBay fees. If best offer were changed to include automatic payment, if the best offer is accepted, I'll think about it again. Excellent comment. Excellent point. I have said that many times. It's amazing because best offers really work for some friends of mine, but they never worked for me in eBay Motors. Christ. I would get people saying exactly what Skinny Cow said. I don't want this item and I'm not paying you. I was just curious to see how low you would go. Repeatedly I got that, and eBay would not do a thing about it. Oh, I got my final value fees back, but I'm saying they would never sanction these buyers. I don't see it changing, and until it does, I will not be a part of Best Offer. It's sad, because Best Offer could really work in all categories if they would require immediate payment. Regarding guaranteed delivery, the picking pair said, rather than a guaranteed delivery option, I wish they would allow buyers to filter sellers by their track record of fast shipping, like ships within 1 business day 99.9% of the time. I'd buy from fast shippers even if their price with shipping wasn't the lowest. Thanks, Joe. Good video. Well, actually, that's what eBay is going to be doing with the new guaranteed delivery program. And I'll explain that to you guys shortly. Also on guaranteed delivery topic, Rhino Deals For You said, I actually like the direction they are going with fast shipping guarantee. Anything to separate me from my competitors I view as good. The one thing I don't like is on mobile search purchases, it's very hard to distinguish a top rated seller, and I wish you could search by top rated. I agree with him. There's another problem with eBay Mobile. Originally, I had planned to make this entire video correlating this particular glitch, but I have too many other topics to cover today, so I'm just going to mention to you as an offhand, and maybe next week we'll talk about it more. There's a glitch that was brought up to me by my friend Kiki, who is a subscriber. Thanks for the information, Kiki. I want all you guys to do this when you get a chance. Run a search on one of your items using either your Mac or your desktop. Pick an item at random and just look at the listing. Then scroll to the bottom and see if your competitors who are selling the same item are being promoted on your listing. Most likely they are not, if you have opted out of eBay's cross promotions feature like you know I have. So everything's fine on desktop and Mac. However, I want you to do the same search with eBay Mobile. Kiki showed this to me, and it is shown that eBay, on eBay Mobile, is in fact promoting your competition's items on your listing with the same items you're selling. Proof. I wrote in to eBay and I talked to them about this, and they sent it off to the eBay Mobile team, and eBay Mobile team came back and said the reason they are doing this is to keep the eBay platform very competitive and help the customers see what sellers are offering a particular item at the lowest price. The problem with that theory is, in my case, almost all the sellers that were listed under my item on mobile are these cheap China sellers selling cheap China crap, and quite frankly, I'm very unhappy with that. Guys, I think after talking about that, I need a drink. Oh yeah, before we jump into more discussion about eBay guaranteed delivery, a contest for you guys. A contest from me to you. And I'll show you what the winner will get. I will break open this sleeve of tape, and I will ship 2 rolls of tape to the winner at my expense. In order to opt into this contest, you must meet 2 requirements. Number 1, you must be a subscriber of mine, right here to the Crazy New York Driver Show. Number 2, you must have an eBay account in good standing and not be a fishy seller. That's it. Those are the only 2 requirements. There will be only one winner, and it will be the first person to correctly answer this 2-part question. I will be the judge. All right? The first person to correctly answer in the comments section below is the winner, and I will go by the timestamp on the comments. You must answer both parts together. You can't just give me half and the other half. No, I want both parts. Here is the question. I checked my eBay sales for the month of March, and it's been an excellent month. I did not get shut out a single day. My sales were way above average. However, there was one day in March that was pathetically slow, disgustingly slow. I want you to tell me the date and the reason. If you're a longtime viewer of the Crazy New York Driver show, this is an easy question for you. In the comments section below, the date of my slowest sales day in March and the reason. The first correct questioner is the winner of the tape, and tonight I will be monitoring the comments live for the first hour or so, and I will identify the winner at that time. Good luck. Hey, the video's not over, but you can type it in right now if you want and make yourself the winner. But one guess per person, guys. One guess. Let us now move on to more discussion about the eBay Guaranteed Delivery Program. As I said earlier in the video, eBay Radio called me and asked me to be a guest on the show on Tuesday to do a live discussion about eBay's Guaranteed Delivery Program, which I did, and there will be a link in the description box below. So when you get a chance, listen to that. It's really good because I talked about the Guaranteed Delivery Program, and I talked about all you cool cats here on the Crazy New York Driver show, and we basically intertwined the two topics to help get the message out there. The message is getting out there. So, let us now get a little bit deeper into the eBay Guaranteed Delivery Program, because there's quite a few people that are nervous and scared, and there's nothing to be scared of, okay? Listen to me. First thing off the top, right here, the program is optional. You do not have to participate if you don't want to, all right? Right there is a reason you don't need to be worried. It's optional. Okay? Now, why would you want to participate in this program? According to eBay, you will receive increased exposure in your listings if you participate. The way it's going to be set up is, as you're looking at an item, let's say you type in an item, iPhone. Now, if you know on the left side, there are a bunch of filters. For instance, search by distance. There's going to be a new filter, shipping time, and one button will say sellers who ship same day, sellers who ship next day. Now, if you're a participant in the Guaranteed Delivery Program and a seller refines the search through that method, you will be given a boost. For instance, if a person needs the iPhone within 2 days and he lives in, let's just say, Pennsylvania, and you live here in New York, well, you're going to go right to the top of the list. However, eBay knows that there are certain parameters which you have no control over, such as if you live in California and the buyer lives in Pennsylvania and he wants his item within 2 days, well, then yours probably wouldn't make it. And eBay knows this, and of course they wouldn't penalize you for that kind of thing. Now, as I said, it is strictly optional. There are some buyers, and I'm not saying all buyers are going to refine their searches with these parameters, because a lot are not. In fact, that's a good question I'd like to ask you guys. Let's assume you enroll in this program, you opt in, or even for those of you guys who don't opt in. How many of your potential customers do you think will refine the search by shipping time? Comment below, please. I guess it has to do with the items you sell. Like if it's Christmas time coming up, I'm sure there's a lot of people that might refine the parameters by shipping time. But right now it's the end of March, March 31st. So in eBay mode is, I don't think too many people are going to be refining by shipping time. But nonetheless, I am going to try the program and see how it works. The best thing is, in my case, I will not have to change any strategies whatsoever. As you know, right now, I ship next day and in some cases same day. For instance, if a shipping order came in this second, right now, cha-ching, I would take it today. I haven't been to the post office yet. Now, if a shipping order comes in 4 o'clock, then it's what I call next day. It goes out the next day. Okay? So I don't really have to change any of my business practices on eBay to participate in this program. Now, there are some sellers that feel that eBay is heaping an unwanted and unnecessary burden on them with this new program, and I want to address that. But before I do, I need yet another drink. Okay, I'm better now. The reason eBay has instituted this program is to stay competitive with Amazon, not to hurt you, if anything, to help you. As you know, Amazon is really big on their fast delivery. And I'm not a big Amazon fan, but I do know that they are really pushing speedy delivery. And I think speedy delivery is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. So I am for anything that will promote eBay and increase our sales. And if this guaranteed delivery program will do that, well then I'm for it and I want to be part of it. And I encourage you guys to at least give it a try. But if you guys live in a rural area and can't get to the post office, well then I totally understand why you would not want to be involved in this program, and I have no issues with that whatsoever. As far as possible negative aspects of this program, let's say a person buys an item from me, I'm in the program, I ship it out tomorrow, and it's delayed in getting to the customer. Well, whose fault is that? Well, it depends. If the tracking and scanning showed that I actually got that item out tomorrow like I promised, I am not going to be held at fault. Now, if the customer gets the item late and is unhappy, he has several options what he can do. He can file for a return of the item, or he can file to be reimbursed for his shipping. As far as the shipping reimbursement goes, if it was the fault of, let's say, the weather or the post office, eBay would reimburse the person out of their own pocket. If it was the fault of the seller, let's say it was my fault, I was late in getting it out, eBay would reimburse the seller but would charge my account for that shipping amount. If it was a case where you or I sent the item with free shipping, then eBay would give the customer a coupon out of their expense, not from us. Even if it was our fault, we would not be charged if we offer free shipping. eBay would give the customer a coupon that can only be used on eBay, and I think it's $5, but don't quote me on the amount. Let me now introduce you to this week's candidate for the eBay Hall of Shame. This is a big box seller who has a ton of negative feedbacks, almost all of them for slow shipping or no shipping. This particular seller would never be able to comply with eBay's new guaranteed delivery program. So let us meet this week's entry. Okay guys, welcome to tonight's candidate for the eBay Sellers Hall of Shame. As you can see, we have a big box seller in tonight's Hall of Shame with a feedback rating of 97.8%, which is terrible, and ostensibly registered in the United States. If you look at the actual negative feedbacks, everyone complains about his shipping or lack thereof. For instance, here it says his shipping was very slow. Here it says he never shipped the item at all. This is the perfect candidate who would hate the new eBay Guaranteed Delivery Program. As you can see, guys, 97.8%. For those of you guys who've been selling on eBay for quite a while, know that is a very low feedback. That is this week's entry into eBay Sellers Hall of Shame. That's weird. I'd like to thank one of you guys, one of my subscribers, for bringing that individual to my attention. If any of you guys come across a bad seller who's either violating policies or not fulfilling his job as a good seller, please send me a link to his store or his particular listing in question, and if I deem it noteworthy, I will put it on a future video. And I will mask his user ID and the item number if appropriate, because this is a learning tool, not a hating tool. Okay guys, rehash real quick. I know it's a long video, stick with me. Again, if you have any questions on the eBay Guaranteed Delivery Program, comment them below, whether they're positive or negative. I don't really see how it could be hurting us at this point, especially you guys who ship next day. You guys who ship next day, like me, you don't have to change anything. But again, you do what works for you. Guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week with another eBay video. Remember guys, I'm out here every week to help you guys learn to sell on eBay and be successful. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give me a thumbs up and show some support. If not, tell me what the problem is below. Remember, I am a seller friend, not a seller critic, and certainly not a skeptic of any kind. See you guys next week right here, and peace!